So, how did I think Bracknell's season go? Well, first of all, I was meant to do this in about a week's time after the playoff defeat to Tottenham, but I decided, because I'm full of emotion this morning, the day after the game, I thought I might as well do it now because I am emotional and I've got a lot of just want to get off my chest, and now would be the best time to say what I want to say, really, how the season went. And first of all, I'm going to say it was an epic finish to what was a poor start to the league campaign. Jordan Ive and his team turned the whole season around. Taking you back to pre-season, we weren't great. We conceded a lot of goals. We didn't score too many. I think we scored a few, but we didn't score. But we conceded quite a lot of goals. So pre-season we were pretty awful, and a lot of fans were suggesting maybe it was a mid-table finish. And to be honest, that's not the worst that could happen. I never thought we'd ever be in a relegation battle or bottom half finish. I thought at worst mid-table personally, but at the same time I'm going to be truthful and say I didn't think we were good enough for the playoffs initially before the season began. I honestly thought it was a case of if we did make it, we'd never win the playoffs. It was just a case of making it, and that would be it. The one thing that let us down, I'd say, for most of the season was how consistently inconsistent we were. And of course, we had, under Dodds and Withers, we had that great FA Cup run, just like last season. We made the first round proper away to Cambridge, and we went toe-to-toe with them, went 2-0 down. Ben Harris gave us some hope with about 10 or so minutes to go, and we lost 2-1. Fantastic. We had a great time in the FA Cup this season, there's no doubt about it, once again, and it was one of my favourite away days of all time. In fact, one of my favourite games of all time. Obviously, we beat Dagenham and Redbridge in the fourth qualifying round to get there. Cammy's late goal, the scenes in that game was unreal. After that, so we also had the FA Trophy. We only won 1 or 2 games this season. We lost to Horsham, who were a very good side and probably had one of the noisiest away fan bases that came to Bottom Meadow this season. And as for the Berks and Bucks Trophy, which was defended from last season, we got knocked out straight away by Beaconsfield, but there wasn't much bother about that personally from the fan base. It was more a case of the league and, the FA Cup run, definitely. But in terms of the league, Jordan Ive came in around Christmas time, and he came in as interim manager. Now, the thing with interim managers are, and I'm not going to lie, I'm not keen on them when they come in, like the idea of them being the permanent manager. Maybe that's wrong with me to think that half the time. Because what I like about when you've got new management coming in is the rumour mill, what sort of quality managers you might get in. But straight away, I must admit, we lost 2-1 at Swindon Supermarine, and I was very impressed with Jordan's passion. Very young, upcoming manager. And do you know what? It was that game, and there was a few games after that we beat Walton Hersham and some other good sides, and he got the job, and I was absolutely delighted in the end. I think he's a great up-and-coming manager. He also won the league with Sandhurst at Step 6 previous season, and that was with a turbulent end to the season, playing, I don't know, I can't remember, but as an example, it was like 4 games in 5 days, something like that. Absolutely incredible by him and his coaching team last season. But yeah, we went on this sort of, we lost initially at Swindon. I think we was disappointed, but I think we put in a good shift that game. We then beat some good teams, like I said, like Walton Hersham on Boxing Day 3-0. And then the form sort of went downhill again. We lost 3-0 at Beaconsfield. We had some very poor results. And things didn't look like they were getting much better. But luckily for us, Jordan Ive and this fucking team turned things around for us. And we had some quality wins away at, Merthyr. I tuned it from my phone to remind me what sort of teams we beat, So we beat Walton Hersham 3-0. After the slog of defeats, we lost to, obviously, Beaconsfield away, Hayes away. But after that, that's when things began to turn. We beat Salisbury 2-1 at home, playoff finalists. We beat, obviously, like I said, Merthyr 3-2 away. We lost to Dorchester, but brush over that one. A draw with Harrow Borough, that wasn't great. But after that, again, we beat Merthyr 3-2 last minute. Beat Hamilton Town away 2-1 last minute. Actually, lodged limbs again, back-to-back. Beat Plymouth 2-0. Now, I think we was unlucky to lose at Hungerford. We thrashed Sholing 5-1. We beat Basingstoke 3-1. Narrowly losing to Tottenham 3-2 on a Wednesday night in the league. That was, second half, we were fantastic, and they were just lucky to win that Tottenham, to be fair. Beat Winchester, beat Chesham away, and we drew against Taysmere on the following day of the season, which was very nervy, especially at the end. But normally, when it comes to the end of the season, you always look to strengthen and improve your squad. And I can say, without a doubt, this season, I've enjoyed this end more than I did last season. So, fuck the playoff final, fuck the fact we're not getting, up to step 2. What counts for me is the passion from the team. And last season we had a fantastic team. We got second in the league, FA Cup first round for the first time, or second time in the club's history. FA Trophy run, made the playoff final, won the Berks and Bucks. all that stuff. But this season, I think that the emotion for me is the fact that we started off so poorly, but they turned things around so well. And that's why I'm more emotional than I was last season, because I'm so fucking proud of this team and everyone involved at the club that we were in this position. I mean, we were lucky in a way because Merthyr looked very comfortable for the playoffs. They then went on a bad run of form. And also it's thanks to Winchester beating Merthyr a few weeks ago on a Tuesday night that we made the playoffs. In all honesty, I thought we were good enough to win the playoffs. I wouldn't say that out my arse. I genuinely thought that. But we just came short of AFC Tottenham, who are great. So Tony Lee's strike from that free kick has to be one of the goals of the season that I witnessed. Incredible strike. Just saw it going in the back of net slow motion. Michael Eacott was never going to get that in a million years. It was a great strike. As I was saying about the players, for the first time ever, I don't want to see any changes. There's bound to be changes, I know. But I got emotional this morning because I fucking love this team. Every single one of them put in such a great effort towards the end of the season. And all I ask for is determination, passion, belief. All those key things mattered to me personally. And they had all of that, and I want every single one of them to stay, but I know in my heart it's never going to happen. Our top players could go elsewhere, but we made some great signings. Great Evans, Dara Dada. Like I said before, we've also brought in Hayden Vaughan and Vigras from the Sandhurst Academy team, and they've all been excellent additions. To lose any one of them would be absolutely heartbreaking. I love them all. Great Evans' passion, by the way, when he's giving us all this to the fans. I'd miss that if he went. He's a quality player and, you know, quality personality on the pitch, and I would hate to lose somebody like him. But in terms of the club, things are looking up. I mean, we've got the sale of the club going through in the summer to new owners. Still no idea who they are yet. No idea what's going to happen. Hopefully they've got the investment to upgrade the facilities at Bottom Meadow. We've seen improvements a little bit in attendances, I'd say, and certainly with the atmosphere. We've had a lot of youth beyond the goal now. A bit iffy, one game against Harrow Borough. I put a statement out about fan behaviour, and things have gone really well. I think the youth have really added to the atmosphere towards the back end of this season, and we could have done them last season. They were fantastic. It's much better they're supporting, you know, their local non-league side as opposed to, you know, watching the Premier League team all the time. So kudos to them. The youth have been excellent beyond the goal each and every home and away game. We've also got merchandise now at the club, which is great. So things are heading in the right direction. I mean, for me, what we need at Bottom Meadow is a better PA system, a scoreboard, and maybe a stand behind the other goal. And that's a lot of money. that's a lot to ask for. There's a lot of money involved in that. But that's, for me, you know, what I'd love to see at Bottom Meadow in the coming years. Whether the club can return back to its rightful home in Bracknell remains to be seen. I'm not from Bracknell. I'm not a lifelong Bracknell fan. A lot of people will know that. But for those that are die-hard Bracknell supporters that have been going for donkey's years, I obviously would hope that Bracknell one day does return to its home. But it's great to see the club in Sandhurst doing well, getting great attendances, more than I think when they was in at Largest Lane. So yeah, it's coming on well. We've got a lot, you know, the club is growing, I think, and we will be there at one point where I think we'll be ready for step 2. Whether you're a Bracknell supporter or not, thank you for watching all these Bracknell vlogs and following the Robins home and away. It's been a roller coaster of a season, and it's been crazy. 1 month we thought we were going to finish mid-table or just below that, and then 1 month we thought we were going to win the playoffs, and you know, unfortunately we fell short of that this season. But we're back next season to do it all over again in pre-season. Yeah, hopefully we get some good away days in there. Pre-season, and we look forward to the new league campaign where we'll see teams like probably having the Waterlooville, Taunton, Chertsey, maybe Marlow, possibly Frome or Bristol Manor Farm. But as always, thank you guys for your support, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.